want to start us off with actually a stat that I saw recently, and it's from McKinsey data, and they showed that AI, they claim that AI, based on their research, can unlock 1.2 trillion in sales and marketing activity. But they also said that only 9% of RevOps teams actually see more pipeline from it, which is kind of a crazy gap, right? Kind of what do you make of this gap and why do you think this exists right now?
And sorry, your question, Brandon, though, is more around like the gap between the two. We should, okay.
Why do you think that exists? And
Well,
what can people do?
I think I'd start by sort of like David alluded to at the beginning is it's so early. I mean, we're literally like we were just born yesterday when it comes to
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah, and I think it all comes down to, how good's the play that you're applying AI to. Enabling and speeding up a broken play isn't gonna make it better.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of these early efforts actually made it a little bit worse. It wasn't great play before. I then tried to
Totally. Sure.
scale it up with an 80% of what that play was, and doing the right thing 80% a whole lot faster doesn't necessarily lead to better outcomes. In some cases, it leads to worse outcomes. A lot of what has to get done is making sure you're automating the right things with AI, and that those are well baked before you start.
I'd also, if I can add something there, Brandon, I'd
Yeah,
also
yeah.
say similar to the point around we're just getting going. I think you might have data on this, but I believe the majority of places, companies, when you think of all companies using AI in different ways, is from an efficiency perspective.
Right.
Is
Yes.
like, how do I do this better? How do I be a bit smarter here? How do I save myself 10 minutes here? How do I change the process here? And there's lots of examples of that. And those are great, but those don't immediately or even ever necessarily translate to revenue or sales, et cetera. Because if I
Right.
can save a salesperson 10% of their time, now the question is, what are they doing with that 10% of the time?
Yes.
Assuming they're doing the right things, that should
Yeah.
translate to better results.
Well,
But we're just so early in the process to see all of that.
And we haven't yet, in most cases, gotten to redesigning the process with AI in mind.